Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles, and I am truly excited about this one. Long time coming, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have Miss Amberly Lago on with us today, and man, get ready. It's going to be a good one. So first, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to interview on the Success Chronicles.
Thank you so much for having me. And this has been a long time. We've been trying to make this happen for a while.
No doubt.
How long have we known each other?
Man.
Gosh, it's been a long time.
For a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been following each other and love your work, love what you do, love what you're about. And so I've always strived to be supportive of what you do. Thank you.
And thank you for coming over. We're in my home. We came upstairs to get away from all that's going on downstairs. I just heard my husband, so I might have to go tell him, we're recording.
That's all right. We'll work through it.
Okay.
But let's dive into it. If you don't mind, just kind of talk about your journey, so the audience have an idea of who you are and what it is you do. Just kind of track that journey a little bit.
I'm just impressed with all your equipment and everything. 6 years ago, I didn't even own a computer. I lived most of my life on the dance floor and then the gym floor, and I had no social media. I got all my business by word of mouth, but I had a very successful fitness business for 26 years. I employed several other trainers and helped other trainers get certified to become trainers and help them with their business. And life was good and everything changed in the blink of an eye when I had a really horrible accident. And it took a lot of grit, and by the grace of God, I was able to walk again and reinvent myself. Bought a laptop finally, and now get to do things like this and go to conferences and speak. And but it's been quite a journey. And if you would have even asked me, my accident was in 2010, and I was in and out of surgery for 6 years. And if you would have asked me or told me, you're going to be traveling the world speaking on stages, I would have been like, no way. Really? What? Who wants to hear me? You know what I mean?
No doubt. That's awesome. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is just that I never give up, I remember as a kid, young kid, I was probably 10. I grew up in a small town in Texas, and I knew from a young age, I was like, I am going to move to Los Angeles and I am going to be a professional dancer. And I said that over and over and over, and I had that vision. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it, but by the time I was in high school, I worked 4 jobs and saved up enough money, $1,200, packed up my little Suzuki Samurai and moved to LA.
Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah, they don't even make those anymore.
That's classic right
they
there.
flip.
Yeah, that's right.
I almost flipped it a couple of times. But I had, I think, really everybody that was like, you're never going to make it. Like, who do you think you are? And I was determined. I think I had some pain growing up as a child in childhood, and that pain pushed me until my purpose really pulled me. And a month after I moved to California, my first music video was dancing in an MC Hammer video. Can't touch this.
That's what I was just about to say. You can't touch this.
Yeah. And
That's
so
awesome.
Thank you. You know, I'm proud that maybe, what's that saying? Ignorance is bliss. Like, I didn't know to be scared. I was just focused on my dreams. And so I think not giving up and, you know, just working hard. Like, I knew, I was taught at a young age, if I wanted something, I had to work for it. And now you know, when you first got here, I was like, yeah, I got to help my daughter's running this business, and she's saving up money, and I'm glad that she has that entrepreneurial spirit in her, and she's got her own business. So I'm proud that I didn't give up, and that, you know, later translated into, I'm proud that I know how to hunt for the good and focus on the blessings, because with so much going on in the world, I think it's easy to, and there's a lot of people that do have that victim mentality, and I always think, you know, we have a choice, and I choose to be the victor of my life. I don't, you know, I hear people use the term product of your circumstances. Well, I chose to be the product of my resiliency. I was like, just because I was told that I would never work again, never walk again, be permanently disabled, I was like, I took that on as a challenge.
Yeah.
And then I think the thing that I'm most proud of is really, it's my daughters. They're my biggest inspiration. They have, I mean, I tell you, there was a time when we had a hospital bed downstairs, because I couldn't go up and down the stairs to get to the bedroom. And so we had a hospital bed in the middle of the living room. And I remember being in so much pain and laying in bed, and I was just thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? I mean, I couldn't even use the bathroom on my own. I had like a bedpan beside me. And I heard my youngest daughter's voice, and all she said was, Mama. And in that moment, I thought, oh, no, I know why I'm going to get through this, because I'm going to be an example. I'm going to show them what's possible.
No doubt. Yeah, it's so good. It's always when we can tap into that bigger purpose, you know, we understand that it's bigger than us, because if it's just about us, you know, when it gets tough, you know, we'll quit and give it up.
Exactly.
And we know that there's a bigger purpose, and we have people depending on us. Well, you can't quit. Can't have bad days. I got to keep pushing through, because there's people depending on me.
Exactly. That's really one thing that really helped me in the hospital was being of service. And people go, well, how could you be of service? You were stuck in a hospital bed. But I was giving the nurses, when they found out I was in the fitness industry, I was giving them exercises. Like, they would come in and be like, okay, girl, tell me, how do I get a better booty? And I was like, showing, like, you know, telling them what to do. I was still writing out exercise plans and nutrition plans for my clients. I was still making phone calls, checking in on people. And I even had this chair in the corner of my room, and there was like this little curtain, and the nurses would come in and pull that curtain and plop themselves down on that chair, just to like cry sometimes, just to tell me what was going on. And for me to be able to be an ear for them, to listen to them, to see them, to maybe offer some suggestions, that made me feel like I had a purpose. Like, for sure. You know, it helped me get through.
I love it. Well, just hearing you talk about your journey and the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
I think success is being able to do the things that you love with the people that you love.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to do them.
I love it. Yeah, so good. More controlling your destiny.
Yeah. And I think success is different for everyone. I think success to me is health is the most important thing. I mean, I've had a lot of health struggles. This past year was probably one of the hardest years of my life, health-wise. I had a medical treatment out of the country, and I went over there thinking, oh, this is going to make me superhuman. It's going to, you know, I had high hopes of what it was going to accomplish, and I ended up back in a wheelchair. And my husband has been really worried. He's like, you got to go back to the doctor. You got to get blood work. You got to do something, because I literally would be able to go do a Zoom and coach a client and have to go lay down, and go do an interview and have to go lay down. And there was, in this last year, I also wrote a new book. And writing a book while you're going through a health challenge, holy moly, I felt like I was really being tested. And sometimes I feel like we're tested. Do we believe in that message? Are we going to continue to move forward with that and not give up on it, not throw in the towel? And so this past year especially, success looks like, man, I'm able to walk today. I don't have to lay on the couch. I can keep moving forward. Because, man, without our health, nothing else matters.
No doubt.
We can't pour into other people. We can't be there for our families.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of the things you talked about. Your book that you just put out. But let's talk about some of the things that you're involved in to give service. You do lots to give service and help others. But let's give you opportunity to talk about some of those things.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I got sober in 2016, and one of the things that I love about being in recovery is they teach you to be I've always loved being of service. I've always been in the service industry, whether it was teaching dance or,
it's all service.
Yeah, it's been service my entire life, and so I really love it. But in a 12-step program, it's like you be of service, and that's how you get to stay sober. Like, you go make the coffee, you go be a greeter. I'm a literature girl for one of my meetings. Whatever you can do there's a saying, give it away so you get to keep it. And I know that's kind of bizarre to hear that, give it away so you can keep it, but I get to keep my sobriety as long as I'm sharing the message, as long as I'm being of service and helping others. And so that's part of it. And so that's a big part of what I do every day. I have a group of ladies, we call ourselves the God Squad, and we message each other every day. Sometimes I'll be on a Zoom for like an hour and I'll get off. I'm like, how do I have 30 text messages? But because it's my God Squad, and it's great, but it's great to have that connection. And then, of course, we have a lot of the same friends. In fact, you've interviewed some of my mastermind ladies. We're called the Unstoppable LifeMastermind ladies. And it's probably one of the things that I'm most passionate about is my mastermind, because I get to support women and pour into women and really see their potential. And not only that, coaching them throughout the year, but then I get to go, okay, I've opened my playbook, I've taught you everything I know, you've learned from the mistakes that I've made, and now I'm putting you on stage. And so I just interviewed one of my mastermind students. Her name is, our members, her name is Natalie Gardner, and her husband's a neurologist, and they came on the show and they were talking, and I was like, yeah, Natalie, I can't wait to see you at the Unstoppable Success Summit. You're going to be on stage. And she was like, and her husband goes, did you not know that? And I'm like, oh no, she knows it. She's going to be on stage. She's got a message to share, because we all have a message to share. We can all, have a lesson that we've learned or something that we've been through that perfectly qualifies us to help someone else. And so service through recovery, through helping other female entrepreneurs, and then probably one of my favorite things is just getting to speak. And, people say, oh, it must be awesome to be on stage. Well, that's great. And it's actually the only time that I don't feel pain. I was just telling my doctor this a couple of days ago. When I'm on stage, it is the only time I have zero pain. I have no pain. And he goes, really? Because I was diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome, which leaves you in constant chronic pain. I have no pain when I'm on stage. And so that's a plus, but then I get to get off stage and meet amazing people and connect with people, and that is where the magic is. That's what I love.
Yeah. So good. Well, what I want to do now is just kind of throw some words or phrases at you, and if you don't mind, just talk about what comes to mind or heart when you hear these words or phrases. You okay with that?
Yeah. This is fun.
Let's go. So the first, I think, phrase I want to throw at you is living and learning.
Oh, gosh. Well,
come on.
I'm saying that because I've done a lot of living and learning, especially in this past year with business and, trying to get smarter, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, for sure.
And I recently had something happen in my business where I trusted someone who I paid a lot of money, and they took the money and ran. And I had introduced this person into my mastermind group, so I wouldn't have said anything at all, but I am very, very protective
of your people,
of my people, and I let this person in my inner circle, and so I had to tell them, I was like, hey, you guys,
heads up,
please just don't work with this person because this happened. And it's not, I wasn't saying that to try to badmouth anybody. I was saying that as I'm trying to protect them. And thankfully, I did say something because one of the ladies was planning on working with her, and they would have been out thousands and thousands of dollars. And so one of the ladies said, well, we should write a bad review. We'll go do that. And I'm like, no. Yeah. No bad reviews. Yeah. None of that. I said, we're not focusing on the negative and the bad vibes. We're focusing on moving forward. Keep your eye on the prize and move forward. And you live and you learn, and you sometimes it's a reminder to slow down and listen to your intuition. And listen to that, your gut, your gut never lies. And if there's a little thing in your gut saying, I don't know about this person, then you need to listen to it. Because people can say, they can talk good talk.
Actions.
And it's their actions. Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. All right, let's go quality relationships. Quality relationships
is so important to me now more than ever. I think that, people ask me all the time things like, well, how did you get on that stage? How did you get them on your podcast? How did you get on their podcast? And I'm like, I value relationships. I don't go after somebody for what can I get from them. I try to build the relationship and say, how can I add value? And then whatever happens. But
we need to look at the camera and give them that gem. That's a gem right there. Not looking at a situation to get to see what I can get from this, but look what I can add value. How can I add value?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gem. I want to make sure they caught that one. All right, carry on.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm so protective of, I have a whole chapter in my book about this. And I actually talk about our friend John Gordon and Catherine Gordon, and I talk about our friend Ed Milet, because so many people have come to me because they know we're friends, and they're like, hey, so Amberly, how you feeling? How you doing? Can you introduce me to, by the way, can you introduce me to John and Catherine, and also Ed, I want to have them on my podcast. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I mean, if it's a great introduction, of course I'm going to make an introduction, but I value those quality relationships, and I'm so protective of them, and I would not do anything to jeopardize those relationships. And when people ask me, for instance, how'd you get on Ed's podcast? I have known him for years. I never once asked him for one thing. I never especially said, can I pick your brain? Or can you do this for me? Or can I be on your podcast? I just thought, I am just going to support him, add value, do whatever I can. And then lo and behold, and I have to say though, I had kind of mentored this one lady and helped her put together her keynote and really walked her through a lot of stuff. And then I was like, she's on Ed's podcast. And I had that that FOMO feeling, like, wow, well, I want to do that. And then I was like, you know what? Stop comparing. You know, there's enough for everyone, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like, you know, what is meant for you will always come to you. And lo and behold, he texted me and was like, hey, I want you to be on my... And I was like, I think I dropped the phone.
That's awesome. That's good. I love it. All right. So the last word I want to give you, I'm going to pause a little bit before I give you this one. And I'm going to lean into you. I'm going to say, hey, this is the good one. This is the good one, right?
Oh.
So the last one I want to give you is legacy.
Legacy. Yeah, you know, I think it's good to have friends that you, like we just talked about, relationships, especially friends that do something similar to you, that they know, they speak your language, they know what you're talking about. Like, I could explain something to my husband who's great, but he doesn't know what a mastermind is. He doesn't quite understand the entrepreneurial journey at all. He thinks I'm a little... Actually, his nickname for me is Crazy, which I kind of like. But I was just talking to my friend, and I was like, yeah, I gotta like, you know, adjust some things for the mastermind, because I've had my mastermind for, it'll be 5 years in a few months. And I don't know, I'm going to be brutally honest here. There was part of me, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this anymore. I was just doing my own event, traveling for events, writing a book, coaching. It does. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can keep doing it. It is a lot, because I want to put all my heart and soul in it, and I want to leave a legacy with it.
I love that. Yeah.
And my friend Brian Bogers, who I was talking to, he's like, Amberly, I've seen what you do for these women. He goes, you had a woman that was scared to get up and tell her story, and now she's written a book, and now she's speaking on stages, and it's the ripple effect of other women that she's helping, other people she's helping. She goes, I see what you do for these women. He goes, adjust it, but you can't give that up. It's the ripple effect. It's the legacy that you're leaving. And so I think that the legacy I would like to leave is, whether it's for these women that I have in my mastermind or my own children. Like, I love to see, what came from an authentic catastrophe where they saw their mom surgery after surgery in a hospital bed in the living room for years. But it taught them grit. It taught them resilience. It taught them to go after their dreams no matter what. Yeah. And it taught them how to have a voice. And it taught them to be in acceptance for any flaws that other people may perceive, or that they're so comfortable in their own skin. And I think that's why I even started the Unstoppable Success Summit, is because, like I said, we all have a story. And if I can empower other women to stand on that stage and share their story, and it causes that ripple effect, even if it touches one life, 2 lives, 3 lives, it's that ripple effect of good in the world and showing people that they can be unstoppable.
Yeah. So good. Well, as we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to just share with the audience where they can go follow you, check you out, and show you some love with all the amazing things you have going on.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I would love for you to reach out to me. You know what? I'll give you my email, because I want you to know you never have to do anything alone. You can email me. My personal email is amberly@amberlylago.com. But you can see behind the scenes shenanigans on Instagram at Amberly Lago Motivation. You can find my book and get all of the extra bonuses that I put my heart and soul into at amberlylago.com/joy, and the upcoming event. You can find all the information for the Unstoppable Success Summit at amberlylago.com, the podcast, which Chip is going to be a guest on my podcast, so you'll have to tune in and show him some love.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for, coming out all this way to Heath, Texas, to hang out with me in my upstairs retreat area.
That's awesome. Well, I'm truly grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for you to take the time to do it, and I'm honored to be able to highlight you and share, all of the amazing things that you have going on. And I think that, the gems that you've dropped and like how you do what you do, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to many. So, I wish you continued success in what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, yeah. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.